What's going on, YouTube? Got a little quick fix-it video for you guys right now. We have here one of these. It's the 40-volt lithium self-propelled brushless 20-inch mower. Yep. We bought this thing about 6 months ago, right? Worked fine. We bought it used, actually. It was refurbished to begin with. And it worked fine for 6 months. Where was I at? Get stuff out of the way. That little chair there. Alright. Apparently what they did in the factory, after it was refurbished, they replaced this switch down here. Turn this on. There we go. Yeah, they replaced that little switch up in there. Now, I've seen other YouTube videos talking about keeping this tight right here, because these tend to come loose over time. Alright, well, they fixed all that. As you can see, here's the recon numbers where they fixed it once before. You know, they did the repair. And apparently, well, that switch sucks again. So I'm going to show you what I did to fix that. I'm also going to show you another modification I did to the mower. Hose clamps right here to keep this handlebar from falling back down, because it was still loose. Even with these things, it's like cheap ass plastic stuff, you know, it's junk. Hose clamp there. Got another hose clamp here. Keep that thing from moving, because I guarantee you there's another switch up in here. And that should not be there. It's just too many dang switches, too many things to go wrong. So what it was doing, it started cutting on and off on us. And then it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And like I said, come to find out that these things have that problem of this stuff coming loose. But that wasn't the case. What they did in the factory is they torqued these things, the Torx bits, down so tight that I couldn't even move it with my wrench. I mean, I'd literally have to use a breaker bar to get these things loose again. So I knew that wasn't the issue. And the more I looked around, everybody said they had their switches replaced, and it started doing the same thing again. So I just said, skip it. We're going to bypass this switch. So alright, I'm going to show you what I did to it. Oh, and always make sure your battery's out, your key's out, you know, all that good jazz. You don't want to get shock-did. Alright, here's the tools you're going to need to fix it. I like these heavy-duty plines. Cut some wire. When I went to crimp, I had to use this back side of it to really get some good leverage on it and crimp the new wire down. As you can see, you're going to need one of these. I'll have to double check the size. It's a Torx bit, as you can see, a little funky looking thing. You'll probably need this, because they did crimp them down a little bit, so you might have to stick this screwdriver into what they originally had, pry it open a touch so you can get a wire or something else in there. Oops, bumping the camera here. Little knife to cut some wire, and you're going to need the wire. The wire I used is 10 gauge. I always keep this stuff handy for all kinds of stuff. You can use a connector or anything if you have it. I just had that laying around. I said, well, I'll just splice it back together with a thicker, better wire. Oh, most important tool I almost forgot about. This little tiny Phillips head screwdriver. As you can see, it's really small. Yeah. So you're going to need that too. Alright, this is what you want to start with. Your Torx bit. I don't have the size on me right offhand, but I will get it to you once I finish this video and do it up. So I started back here. Camera out of the way. There's 4 screws. There's one here. Take that one out. This one out. that one out, and then this one. And that's got your back kind of a little loose now. Now I've already taken the mower apart, so I haven't put it quite back together completely yet because I wanted to take it out and mow the yard first. And I actually mowed half my yard without it shutting off. This thing, it has two little tiny Phillips head screws on it, right up under here, and you just take those out. But I already took them out, so as you can see, here's all the screws right here. So there's those 4 out on the back. Take the handle off here, and then you got 2 right here behind the wheel, more Torx bits. You want to take these out, that one there, and then you want to take this one out right here. It's not really coming out, it's kind of shadowy down there, but there's one there, so take that one out. And now for the fun part, we're going to open the hood slightly. You don't have to open it up all the way, just enough to get to what you need. Got to finagle this back cover off, so it's kind of like this. Kind of shove this way a little, kind of rock it here. You want to take this, pry it here a little bit. That ain't moving, of course, so figure out another way, another angle. There it goes. It's a little hokey like that. That's just how they work. Alright, this is what you're looking at. It's not a whole lot of stuff. Let me get this in here better. You have, yeah, you got a motor. Looks like a little computer brain over there. And looks like a little amplifier there. And there's that switch. Right here. Alright, so I took the connectors off. There was this connector. I took this connector off. And this connector off. I cut me a little wire. And this is a heavy gauge, 10 gauge wire, because I needed it to fit inside their previous connectors. I didn't have a little splice butt. If you got one of those, use it. I didn't have that, but I had this thicker wire. I put it right in there, crimped it down, bit bamboo, put it all back together, just kind of tuck this wire out of the way right here, right? And then put it back together. Get into position here. At least in one of these little slots there. Then just kind of shake it a little. You want to make sure this wire right here. See this wire? Alright. You want to make sure this wire here isn't catching on anything. So this is the way they did it from the factory. They moved it down here. I assume it was way up here, and this was kind of pinching it. So something to look out for. Make sure that's out of the way. Because now you got to get this bugger back down in here, and it does not actually want to go back together easily. Make sure our little picture wire is not going to catch on anything. Gotta get past that. Get past this. Yep, fun times, fun times. I see. There we go. Get back together just like that. Takes a little muscle and some arm power, but it's not too bad. What you might want to do is go test it now before you put all the screws back in, because otherwise you just wasted your time. I will have an update to this, hopefully 6 months from now, and hopefully everything's still good. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, and if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. All right, peace out, everybody.